Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss something that you probably do and don't even realize, and that is engine braking. What is engine braking? Why does your bike slow down without you touching anything? And is it good or bad for your motorcycle? So as a basic explanation, when you let off your throttle, your clutch lever is open, and you let off the throttle, the bike's going to slow down. So when you close the throttle, the engine's not going to pull as much air or fuel, so it creates resistance. That resistance in turn drags down the bike. And you'll feel it more in lower gears. All right, so how does that work? So your engine and your rear wheel connected through your transmission. When you're accelerating, the engine is pulling the wheel. And then when you let off, the wheel is kind of pulling the engine. And then the engine's basically saying that it doesn't want to spin as fast as the wheel, and that resistance slows the bike down. It's simple in theory and complex in technicalities, but that doesn't matter. What matters to you is whether it's good or bad for the motorcycle. So let's talk about why it might be helpful. It slows you down very smoothly, which is great for corners and twisty roads and things like that. Saves your brake pads, because you're obviously not using your brake pads to slow yourself down. You get a little better stability and control. Stability is like, more so the control. You get more control because you're constantly engaged. And so you can fine tune your speed by just applying a little more throttle or releasing a little bit more. And if you downshift while engine braking, it's going to get an even stronger engine brake, which is when you'll want to learn things like blipping the throttle and rev matching. But this is not what this video is about. The question that everybody wants the answer to is, can engine braking hurt your motorcycle? And the short answer is no. Obviously, you're going to have wear and tear on your engine. That is just the natural wear and tear of a motorcycle. I mean, that's like saying, is riding your motorcycle bad for your motorcycle? And yes, of course, riding your motorcycle is going to be worse for your motorcycle than just owning it and storing it. You're going to put more wear on the wheels and the bearings, on your suspension system, just by using it. But you wouldn't call those things bad necessarily, even though they do negatively affect the condition of your motorcycle. And modern bikes are designed for this. So it's totally normal to these bikes to engine brake. The only time it might hurt is if you drop a handful of gears too fast, dump the clutch, and you might lock up the back wheel. That puts a little bit more damage on it. But these clutches are designed for that backwards resistance. It's not like you're putting extra wear on your clutch. As long as you're doing it smoothly and not abruptly, you're not going to hurt or do any more damage than you would just regularly riding the bike. So just be smooth with your downshifts and you'll be good. Few instances where you probably don't want to rely on engine braking. One is going to be emergency braking. You're going to want to use your brakes. Your engine braking is not that strong. So if you need to stop. Also in like low traction conditions, like in rain or gravel roads, engine braking has a better chance of locking up the rear wheel if you're not super smooth with it. So situations like that, you might not want to engine brake as often as using your brakes. But again, you just have to be smooth with it. And then another negative to engine braking is if you're not applying the brakes, your brake light's not going to show up. So if you're riding in a group of people, you can engine brake, but I would at least pull your brake in a little bit or do a little double click on your brake just to activate the tail light. That way people know you're braking. So that's engine braking. Not the most technical explanation of engine braking, but the more important thing of this video is to tell you that it's totally cool to do. It's totally safe to do. You're going to save your brake pads, which is chill. You're not going to wear your clutch like you think you are. Yes, there's going to be a little bit of wear to your clutch. Just like when you're riding your bike regularly, there's going to be wear to your clutch, wear to your engine, things like that. But not enough to worry about, especially in newer bikes. These are designed for that. You don't necessarily have to use it. You can just use your brakes all the time. I use my brakes a ton when I first started riding and had no issues. But it is a good skill to learn because you get better control with it, a better riding experience as well. And it's just a tool that you should have in your toolbox. Anyways, ride safe, guys. See you in the next video. Comment any suggestions. Click the subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on future content. I'm going to do a bunch of vlogs. Right now it's winter, and so I'm doing informational stuff just to feed the algorithm a little bit. Subscribe, comment any questions. If you disagree with me, put those in the comments as well. I like to hear other people's thoughts on things like this, and like this video if it was helpful. Thank you for watching. Ride safe. See you next time.